Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Good morning, dear friends. Let us welcome together the new day, as God kindly gives us this new opportunity to make wiser choices, to continue co-creating with Him in harmony. Let us then calibrate ourselves in the waters of Christ consciousness, according to the message obedience and resignation by the Spirit Lazar, as in the Gospel according to Spiritism by Kardec, Chapter 9, Item 8. Lazar says, at all points, Jesus' doctrine teaches obedience and resignation, two very active companion virtues of meekness, although people erroneously confuse them with the negation of sentiment and will. Obedience is the consent of reason. Resignation is the consent of the heart. Both are active forces because they carry the burden of the trials that insensate rebellion lets drop. The coward cannot be resigned, just as the proud and selfish person cannot be obedient. Jesus was the incarnation of these virtues, scorned by materialistic antiquity. He came at a time in which Roman society was perishing in the bankruptcy of corruption. He came to make the triumphs of sacrifice and renunciation of the flesh shine in the bosom of downcast humankind. Every generation is thus marked with the stamp of either virtue or vice, which must either save or ruin it. The virtue of your generation is intellectual activity. Its vice is moral indifference. I say activity only, for a genius might suddenly arise and single-handedly discover horizons that the multitudes will see only later. Whereas activity is the combining of everyone's efforts to reach a less grandiose goal, but which nevertheless tests the intellectual advancement of that generation. Submit yourselves to the thrust we have come to give your spirits. Obey the great law of progress, which is the catchphrase of your generation. Oh, to lazy spirits, those who close off their understanding, oh to them. For we who are the guides of humankind on the march, will apply the whip to compel their rebellious wills through the twofold effort of brake and spur. All prideful resistance will yield sooner or later. But blessed are they who are meek, for they will lend a willing ear to our teachings. Lazar. This message was received in Paris in 1863 at Kardec's group and is now shared with us. It's an immortal message. It's a message for all times. It's a message that helps us understand the beauty of our own consent of the heart in resignation and the consent of our reason in obedience. To whom? To God. God, the supreme intelligence and love of the universe. Should we obey God? Oh yes. Why? We're not self-made. We're created by God and sustained by God. We owe everything to God. So we shall obey and serve God, and God is all love, all kindness. Everything good comes from God. And we needed to surrender ourselves to the designs of God's will every day. How do we do it? Taming our pride and selfishness, and also be courageous. Courageous, choosing the good always. Courageous to do the good, and occupying our time as best we can in usefulness. May we then pray together to march towards this obedience and resignation to God. Let us feel the invitation of God to harmonize ourselves with His healing, healthy vibrations. We breathe in and out, feeling these healing energies. Let us visualize that these molecules of harmony are permeating our home environment and spreading themselves out throughout our homes, enveloping our homes in health for spirit and bodies. Jesus, Master of our hearts, thank you for showing the way to obedience and resignation. We're still rebellious, but tired of it, lazy and tired of it too. We want to comply with God's laws and find a pathway to His heart, which is all happiness. We want to build the kingdom of God inside of us, taming our bad tendencies and trusting in you and in the law of progress. We know we always progress and never regress. May everyone who is connected to us feel these healing vibrations. Feel your embrace of healing and begin a new day in joy and light. And so be it. Thank you, dear friends, for being with us at Kardec Radio. Keep here at Kardec Radio. There are so many programs to come and on demand. You can watch here on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, or you can go to our app, which is free. Just go to the app and you're going to listen to programs 24/7. And if it's not enough, you can click on the upper left corner of our app and go to our channels where you can find the podcasts, especially at SoundCloud. Thousands and thousands of podcasts, more than 4,200 podcasts available to you and bringing to us true nourishment for the souls. After all, as you know, we here at Kardec Radio are always nourishing our souls. Thank you, friends. May we have a wonderful day in joy and light. Until next time.